Hello, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and this is my news and commentary for the night. Across the country, in practically every city run by a liberal Democrat, we've seen chaos, decay, incompetence, cities falling apart, cities being taken over by gangs and thugs or by the homeless, as in Los Angeles, where they now have an epidemic caused by the homeless. Chicago, where they have an epidemic of murder every 3 seconds. Detroit, where a city falls apart. The only exception, I think it's because of the police and the fire department, is New York. It's run by a liberal guy who's a nut. And we had New Orleans, Mayor Ray Nagin, who went to prison for fraud. Totally incompetent during Katrina. And now the latest guy to come up, who sees no fire, he smells no fire, and he and his cronies know nothing. Nothing! This guy could give Sergeant Schultz lessons. And to top it off, he waits for 5 hours saying he didn't want to do a press conference because he didn't know anything. Well, if I were the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, and this is the difference between a liberal and a conservative, I'd be in my car. I'd be in my office first. First, I'd call the governor. I want some National Guard troops out there with trucks to the airport to help get people out of the planes and help get people out of the airport. Then I would call the school district. They're closed on Sundays. Get the guy to open the yard and take every bus you've got and you can spare, send them to the airport. I clear the roads going to the airport, at least 1 lane or 2 lanes. Put the buses out on the tarmac, on the airfield, to take people away. Then if you can't get ladders from the airport, now it's funny, they had a freight terminal going, they got freight, and to get freight, they got to get stuff out of the planes with freight, they got to have ladders for that. I would get the airport to go over, bring some of those freight ladders over for the passengers. Apparently they couldn't run any of these stairs. Then you got, the gates wouldn't open because the power was out. Nobody ever heard an axe, a jackhammer? You know? Crowbar, tear them open. You can always build new gates. Let your people go. And then you could have gotten the city buses. I'm sure they must have some kind of bus line in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know that for sure. Take every city bus, every city truck, every city car, call up all the agencies. You get your men and your women, you head to the damn airport. Get those people out of the planes. Get the people out of the airports. And you get fire agencies from other than Atlanta to come in if you need to, and power officials and power workmen from Alabama Power or Southern Utilities, Southern Company. I used to have a stock in Alabama Power. I think Southern Utilities holds them, is their holding company. You get electrical people to come and find the problem and fix it. But you don't wait for 5 hours and say, I know nothing and we could not find the fire. And yet, on Twitter, on cell phones, people are taking video of an airport employee with a handkerchief or a mask in front of his face, telling people to move to get out of the danger area for the smoke. They were inhaling it, and he couldn't breathe. So this mayor, Kasim, can't find the fire. Doesn't know what caused the fire. It shouldn't matter what caused the fire, Mr. Mayor. It shouldn't matter if you send people to the source of the fire. Go look for the smoke. It can't be that hard. It's all over the airport. And put the fire out. And then get the power back on. Worry about why it started and how it started later. And another thing, I see this airport with all kinds of glass doors. They got blue lights on it. Look like a closed Kmart. Those lights were on. No emergency lights anywhere. Didn't see any of that, except in one little area where all the lights were blue and they're flashing and blinking like crazy. Looked like a Christmas scene almost at Kmart. Take some guys, if the doors won't open, the glass doors, smash them. Break the glass. Tell everybody, stand back, we're going to break the glass. Oh, get the doors open, have them step to the glass doors. If you got a guy in a wheelchair, get a bunch of heavy, big guys, construction guys, city workers, firemen, carry the people out in a wheelchair. And have somebody else push their wheelchair. That's what I would do. And this is not a disaster like we see in the movies. Of course, in the movies, in War of the Worlds, the original, the mayor, the military, the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, the police, the fire department, the crossing guards, they were all in the mayor's office of L.A., all ready to fight the Martian invasion. You didn't see that in Atlanta. You don't know where the hell the mayor was for 5 hours. He might have been playing Space Invaders. So that's what I would have done if I was the mayor. I would have gotten the governor and President Trump and anybody I could to help out and get those damn people off the planes. And by the way, I put part of the blame on us in the airlines too. Delta, Southwest, United, American, whoever flies there. You got people on the planes. You got them on there for 3 and 4 hours. Pop the doors. Take those rubberized chutes we see in all the movies where everybody slides down like an airport. Get them off the plane. Period. Don't make them wait for 3 hours and roast and be thirsty, and the bathrooms are backed up and the toilets are overflowing. There's no coffee, there's no water, there's no booze. Get them off the plane. Worry about that later. That's just common sense, guys. You do what has to be done, and you do it now, not 5 hours from now. And that's why cities run by liberals will always be an incompetent cesspool of idiocy, incompetency, and crime. All right, this is George Senator, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great evening and stay warm and safe out there if you can. Bye-bye for now.